Hey everyone. Figure Apple will be out, and Coin will be out. There's Squarespace coming out with earnings as well in about 10 minutes. Oh yeah. Should be getting some good reports hopefully. Oh, where'd that go? Did I lose that? Coming up, we should be getting these reports in about 9 minutes. Right now, I'm looking at like Apple, what's been going on with it, and I'm gonna talk about Squarespace in a minute and Coin. Apple still, it's trying to stay above the 50-day moving average here. Turn this thing on. Yeah, staying above the 50-day moving average, which is good. See if it closes that there in 8 minutes. See if this comes up. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, Apple's looking. Let's look at Coin. I want to know if both Apple and Coin have been moving up after hours. Well, during the day, not after hours, during the day, into the after hours. Um, look at Coin here. This thing's been running. I'm gonna turn on Charlie here. A little squawk. I don't want this. Come on, squawk. Yeah. Apple should come out like right after the close. Um, I mean, almost like from this big drop back here um, on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you got this big drop after hours. We kind of filled that area up. Kind of moved back into this area right. Look, actually, we're above it now. Wow. Okay. Yep, we're closing right around that area. Smack on the 172.92 line on Apple. So we just moved in this range over the past 3 days. Yep, we've stayed in this range over the past 3 days. At the top of that range now, probably going to close right above, right near it, maybe above it, right on it, maybe. You got like 3 minutes left. And so I think Apple's been having a really, really hard time. Like a really hard time here. So I've been talking about this for a while in my other videos, how this 50-day moving average has been very prominent in deciding the direction of Apple right here. You know, rejecting, kind of rejecting here, but now we're back above it right now. We might even close above that, which is bullish, right? Makes me wonder if somebody knows something. But then you got this death cross right here, right? The 50 crossing below the 200. And then you also got another death cross here where you have the 100 crossing below the 200. I mean, this thing has a lot against it. It could be better. Hopefully they start talking about AI. Maybe they give some good guidance. Maybe they beat earnings. If they beat earnings and they give good guidance, then I think, I think we can get somewhere with this, right? I think it'll just shoot up a lot just off of that alone, right? If you don't get good guidance and the earnings isn't going to be, there's a bunch of scenarios to play out here. One, right, I talked about the one getting good guidance and things like that. Talking about AI. Hopefully they have to talk about it and it go up, and we could try to get above this. We close above the 50-day. I can see good earnings, good guidance. Go try to get that 200-day moving average. I mean, it's been selling off for so long. I know people have been investing as it's been going down. DCANN, right? But if it doesn't do well, it can completely reject this area up here, come down to 165, and there's no real support there until about, there's something here, but it's not really good support. I would say good support would be around 157s, right? Yeah, it's looking like Apple's going to close over the, over the 50-day moving average. That's awesome. That's bullish. I like it. Very bullish. Bell's rung. All right. It's a long bell. Just gotta say. All right, let's see what we get. Let's check it. It didn't come out yet. Charlie's not talking. Let's pull up the charts. Let's pull up my squawk. All right, let's see what we got. I have nothing yet. I don't know why this is up here right now. Okay, he's talking. I can't hear Charlie. Let me stop this, okay, because I can't hear Charlie.
Expedia reported 21 cents. The estimate was a loss of 24 cents. For Expedia, revenue of 2.889 billion. The estimate was 2.808 billion for Echo X-Ray Papa Echo.
All right.
WW reporting a loss of $4.39.
Just waiting on Apple Coin Earnings. Come out yet? Not yet. Let's get to the after hours chart here.
BJ's Restaurants reporting 32 cents. The estimate for BJ's Restaurants.
Yeah, Apple's moving up after hours. Let's take a look at Coin. Yeah. Coin's kind of just holding steady here. Just down. Yeah, Apple's moving up though. It's a nice move up here outside of this consolidation area that we've been having on Apple for the past 3 days.
MELI Mercado Libre.
Expedia came out, they beat earnings. Top and bottom.
Mercado Libre reporting 4.3 billion.
Take a look at
the estimate is 3.9 billion.
Expedia while I'm waiting around for. Oh wow, look at Expedia. Investors like that. Wow. Very nice. Well, they beat top and bottom. I mean, they had, looks like the estimate was 0.24.
BKNG Booking Holdings 22.
Loss. They came in 0.21 on the loss, so they beat the loss. Sales is 2.89. Estimate was 2.81, so they beat. Here, Salesforce is coming out.
The estimate $14.22 for BKNG, Bravo Kilo November Golf.
Oh wow, they sold this off hard. Oh, Coins can already come out. Let's go look.
Coinbase gathered their shareholder letter. Coinbase reporting 1.6 billion in revenue. The estimate was 1.03 billion, so that's a beat.
They beat
Coinbase
on revenue. Okay.
COIN.
They beat on revenue. Let's see what happens. Selling off here initially. Right down to this key level, 218.50s. Okay. Where's the rest of it? Got their Form 8. Let me see what they're talking about. Okay, we got the 8K.
$4.40 in earnings for Coinbase.
I'll let you guys see it too.
That's COIN.
Net revenue 736. Net income. I was look back then. So we're looking at Q3.
GDDY, GoDaddy.
Okay. They're doing good. That's a good beat.
$2.78. The estimate on GoDaddy.
Outlook for February is 410 to 480. That actually beat 511 million new subscribers.
86 cents.
Revenue. That's nice. That's a really good beat.
revenue of 1.1 billion. The
I like
estimate
that.
was 1.1 billion, so that's in line on revenue for GoDaddy, Golf Delta Delta Yankee.
Revenue almost doubled from the previous quarter. That's amazing.
GoDaddy
Wow.
announcing a reduction in the
Okay.
workforce impacting 180 employees. That's GDDY.
Probably waiting on guidance right here. I don't see any guidance coming out from Coinbase yet. Yeah, their total revenue was 1.3 billion. They came in at 1.6. That's a really good beat.
LYV, Live Nation reporting. Live Nation reporting
Still waiting on Apple's earnings to come out.
a loss of 53 cents. The estimate was a loss of 21 cents, so that's a lot less than expected, but naming Yankee Victor. MNST, Monster Beverage, reported 42 cents in earnings.
Since they just said Monster, now I want a Monster drink for some reason.
A penny short for MNST.
Huh.
Sales of 1.9 billion. The estimate was 1.9 billion, so that's in line for Monster Beverage on sales, with earnings coming in a penny short.
Coin is still selling off. Well, this is actually undecided. I mean, it's not really. I mean, it dips. I think I don't know if they're going to put out guidance. They should. I mean, there's really one hell of a beat.
Coming up, earnings from SQ Block.
Yeah, waiting on SQ for sure. Let's go see what SQ is trading at right now.
RKT, Rocket Companies, reported 4 cents. The estimate on Rocket Companies
RKT's out. They beat top and bottom.
was a penny, so that's a beat for Rocket.
Yeah,
RKT.
yeah, SQ's trading just like Coinbase is. Squarespace. RKT beat. Let's see how they're trading. What is going on RKT? Is this it right here? Kidding me. No movement. Interesting. Yeah, there we go. This thing has no volume. That's why you got like a lot. When you see dashes like that, volume is terrible. All right. Moving up 12. Not really caring about that right now. The volume is not good. Still waiting. Squarespace had waiting on their earnings. Coin had theirs. Coin looks great. But right now it's not really trading like it. It's kind of like just chopping around the area. A little bit actually lower. I don't know if they're. Let me see if they have
Rocket Company.
They have a conference call at 5 p.m. today, so they're probably waiting on guidance to come out in the conference call. Normally that happens with equity. It kind of like in earnings, they kind of like move in a certain direction. It's just like trade sideways until the earnings call is over at 5 o'clock. Let's see. I already got Apple up here already. So right here, yeah, Apple's moving up after hours, but the report's not out yet. So let's see, is that a key level? Yep, it is. Right here in this area. It's another area here. And one right here. Key levels. It's rejecting off of it right now. I mean, this is really nothing. I mean, it could dump all the way here, pull back. Like, it can do a whole lot right now. Come on, Apple. We've been waiting for this. You've been selling off for a while. You closed above the 50-day. It's very bullish of you, Apple. Yeah, I mean, it's really been testing this 50-day out lately a lot, right up in here. Let me close some of these lines out. Well, I'm going to keep it for now. Yeah, right up in this 50-day area. So if it is good, I mean, it's already going to 50-day. I can see this thing going to go test out or gap up to near this 200-day moving average. Because investors are going to be so bullish on this if that happens. I mean, because they've been losing money for a while. They're waiting to buy this thing up. And with the FOMC rate decision discussion yesterday, I mean, this thing, ideally, pretty much, it was pretty dovish, so that's bullish for the market. This could be the pivot point back up to test all SQs coming out, all-time highs in the market, right into the election cycle. Let's take a look at SQs out. Let me see. I don't see the print yet. SQ. Shooting up, must be good.
Holdings reporting $1.09.
See what these algos are doing
The
here.
estimate was 94 cents for Papalima Michael Romeo, PLMR.
Key level right there.
Block. Now with their shareholder letter out.
Right in that area as well. Pulling back here on Squarespace. I don't see the print yet, so I'm still waiting. Let's see.
Block reporting 85 cents. The estimate was 71 cents.
Block, what are you doing?
Revenue of 5.96 billion, also a beat for
They beat.
Sandy, Quebec.
Yeah, it's a beat on SQ.
Shares of Block getting up
Nice.
here now 72.79, up about $2.50.
See the big chart on blockchain on Block.
Block sees full-year gross profit of 8.78 billion. Said processed 54.43 billion in GPV in the first quarter, up 6% year over year.
So we're up here.
Quebec. HUN Huntsman.
Right at the 100-day moving average.
Huntsman reporting a loss of 23 cents.
Sorry about that.
The estimate was a loss of 6 cents, so a wider loss than
Okay, we're
expected.
moving up now. 74s.
November.
Okay. Back over the 100-day moving average, looking good. Let's see. You know what? This thing may go test out the 50. It's moving. Nice. Pull back a little bit here. Probably melt up overnight. Let's see. Any guidance? They have a conference call at 5 p.m. today as well. I don't like it when Apple
EOG
takes so long to put out their earnings because I start thinking they miss. Because normally I want them to hurry. Like when you're excited, you hurt and kind of put that information out. Let's get this out now, especially the way the stock's been doing. Squarespace Block is not Squarespace. Block is pulling back right now.
The estimate was
They're gonna consolidate in this area up here into the probably DraftKings is out into the earnings call. What is DraftKings reporting? Well, I'll wait on Coin. I'll check on Coin. We'll wait on DraftKings.
Revenue of 1.17
Yeah, Coin is not
billion, the estimate
looking
was
good.
1.24 billion, so that's a beat.
DraftKings
For
beat.
DraftKings on revenue, company raising its revenue guidance.
Okay, guidance finally.
4.9 billion.
They raised their guidance.
Suggested
Nice.
guidance of $500 million. That is Delta Kilo November Golf. off.
42s. Yeah, I think this definitely is going to break above the 50-day moving average in my opinion. It's right there. It's over. It's going over it.
Moving up on that news just a bit now.
They beat and gave good
So
guidance.
November bell from
Raise their
AAP.
guidance. That's what you have to do nowadays. You can't have like a meta thing where you have like a beat and then you have a beat and then meta sells off afterwards and people wonder why. Well, their guidance was terrible.
Now pulling back.
Right?
Down about $7 for Coinbase.
Coin is, I don't know what's going on with Coin. Let's go check it out again. Coin beat, and then right here they're pulling back. So I don't know. I think the investors may. Oh man, block is really moving right now. I think they may be waiting for the earnings call, and then from the earnings call they'll determine the direction of this. But if they're guiding up, then I think this can go up. But just like Square did. I mean, look at this, right? They gave good guidance. They got it up, and they beat on earnings. Still waiting on Apple to come out. DraftKings came out. And they beat. They're down a little bit, and they gave good guidance. So they have earnings call too at 5 p.m. I mean, most of these guys have earnings calls. The big one we're waiting on, guys, still is Apple. What do you guys think is going to be? What do you put in the chat? What do you think it's gonna happen? We'll talk about Apple again, right? So Apple, on the big chart from a technical analysis, Apple it closed right above this blue line is the 50-day moving average. They closed right above the 50-day moving average. You can't ask for a better close because it's been trying to reclaim that, right? Oh, Apple's coming up soon. Okay.
84.12 billion.
That's the estimates. So, in order for this to stick, they're going to have great earnings. They're going to have phenomenal guidance. Like if they just have good earnings and their guidance is weak, Apple's going to tank. So I've been watching this thing. This is a death cross right here. Death cross, another one. They got two going on, right? The downtrend is intact. Rejecting the 50-day repeatedly. Like if they have to have phenomenal earnings here. Else this thing's going to come down to 164.50s or may just blow past it, right? There's not much down here to hold it up, right? Until you get to right about 157s and maybe not even there. Maybe this thing comes all the way down to 143s if they don't do well on earnings. So what you want to see on this, if you're investing in this, you have a lot of downside from here to 165. Now, if you are closing above the 50-day, like I said, is bullish, you want to be hands off, right? And then wait until, this is what I'm doing, until the earnings comes out, and then I'll see what the report says, right? For me, and I think most institutional investors, you have to beat on the guidance. So let's take a look at see what we have here. See how Coin's doing again. Coin's still chopping around. Squarespace. Let me bring this back over intraday. Right. SQ.
Revenue of 1.42 billion, the estimate 1.25 billion, so that is a beat on revenue earnings coming in.
Right here.
2 cents short for
78. Wow. So I think Block just breached, pulling back here, the 50-day moving average. It just did it. Right there. So as long as it closes above 77.50 in the after hours, then even if you don't, I mean, it still can melt up over above that, and that's bullish for it to start trying to tackle the all-time highs on this again on Coinbase. Apple still is yet to come out. I hate it when they do this because I start thinking that the earnings sucks. Um, and they're holding off to get their story straight. I mean, typically they don't miss, but and I think that will be shocking if they did. It'll be shocking if they don't miss, right? Because everyone thinks that they will not really making any money anyway, like from all the stuff that's been going on with it. But you know, looking at this and you think about where you want what you want to do tomorrow or what you want to do into later in the week. But we have tomorrow we got some really big, you know, unemployment rate numbers come out tomorrow. And that's going to be huge because that's the main thing that the Fed has been saying they're watching to make a determination if they need to act or not. Right? They'll have to take some action, is what they said, if that rate goes up. Right? And right now it's at 3.8%. And if it goes to like 4, I think they're going to have to make a decision of what they want to do, and that decision is either to cut rates, or not, right? They may have to, right? Because at that point, that's what they alluded to or what they were mentioning. So even if you do good today on earnings, just be mindful that we're running into that really, really big macro data tomorrow that may change the Fed's narrative. And think about this, right? If you cut rates at the time when rates are going up over the past like 3 CPI prints and other PCE prints and PMI prints, you know, everyone knows inflation is going to go through the roof. So that's why you hear about like, right, people say, well, when they cut rates, that's when the market goes down. In this instance, if we do get a high unemployment rate number that comes out tomorrow and the percentage goes up and the Fed says we have to act and they go and their action is to actually cut the rate, I mean, this will tank. Everything will tank because the algos are going to say, well, wait a minute, inflation is high, it's going to go through the roof. You cut rates, wait a minute, no, let me get out, right? So I hope that the rates are lower tomorrow. I really do hope that it's either at 3.8% or below 3.8%, so that the equities can do what the equities need to do without being mindful of the macro environment. That's what we really want, right? Still waiting on Apple. It's unbelievable here. What's the deal, Apple? Scaring me here. If you let's look at the SPY. What the SPY did today, right? And what's going on with the SPY? Like it broke out of this consolidation zone. Still not out. Turn Charlie down a little bit. And I've been talking about this in my other videos, trying to prepare people like what's coming and what's going on. You know, it's still, this is a 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. These are like the 3 critical things. I have a bunch of other indicators, but you know, you don't need a bunch of junk on your charts, right? You want to keep it simple. Stuff that really matters, right? The thing about the SPY today is that it did close above the 9-day moving average I like to track on, right? And it's below the 50 still. This is a problem, right? And I think if Apple is good, if Apple comes out good, because I think it'll push this up above the 50-day moving average. And then you get back into the bull rally we've had since October, right? This massive rally. I think this is it right here. Nope, right. Yep. Since October, right? I think we get back into this channel. I'll put that here. Kind of broke out of it. This is where we broke out of it at. You know, you eyeball it. We chopped around. This is where we faded off and fell off the side. This is like a 5% drop in the market. So, yeah, pulling back here, and I think we push up later. But we're still waiting on Apple. The Qs, same situation. There we go. You know, underneath the 50. So, I mean, I think Apple's going to determine the direction of the market. I really do. I think because we had a lot of good prints come out, especially today. I think, you know, Apple being as oversold as it is, I think that I think that we get above, and if it's good news, it gets really, really bullish really fast. But I'm still waiting on Apple. Right back, guys. Right back. All right. Still waiting on. Wow, we're really waiting this long on Apple? This is not giving me warm and fuzzies, folks. And I like my warm and fuzzies. Wow. Okay. Okay, so no Apple yet. Interesting. And they have an earnings call at 5 p.m. today as well. Let's check on Coin. I know Coin was kind of like pulling back, even though they had good earnings. Yeah, they're just going to chop around here to their earnings call probably. And I hope their guidance is good and they say some good things and it moves up. But I think if Apple goes up, everything else is going to go with it. Let's take a look at Square. And then DraftKings. Square's still doing good. They gave good guidance. So let's see where Square's going to go, right? They gave good guidance. I have marked this area here above the 50-day because now everything's like near it and wants to get above it, right? And that everything above it is bullish, below 50 is bearish. Same thing with the 200 moving average. So yeah, we're trading pretty well with Square. So where are we going to go? I think we could start if we break 80. You're talking about moving back up to all-time highs on Square. Don't forget this. I don't like Coin right now. Coin's not giving me warm fuzzies right now. Still waiting on Apple, people. All this is just range consolidation. Okay, it's coming out. Apple's coming out. Oh, let me turn. They beat.
$56.50 at the high.
Nice. I'm waiting.
Declaring a dividend of 25 cents.
A dividend of 25 cents. Nice.
iPhone revenue of $45.96 billion.
Oh, wow.
China revenue of 16.37.
China revenue. Nice. Oh, wow.
Services revenue 23.87 billion. Wearables and
Come on, give us guidance.
7.91 billion.
Their iPhone sales were 4.9 billion.
9 now, continue to spike.
Amazing. 4.9. And they gave guidance. They see sales of 7.45 billion in Q2. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. What are they doing here? No, their sales were 7.5 billion. I don't see the Wearables 7.9, iPads 5.56 billion for iPads, and they authorize 110 billion share buyback with a dividend of 4%. Wow. Services sales, I mean, they rocked it.
To 25 cents.
Still got news coming. I mean, they're popping up news on my news outlet here.
Of shares.
Oh my.
Apple hitting 179.26 at the high.
Oh wow.
Up more than $6.
I mean, what's left to offer but a stock split? But they already did. Wow. 179 and still going. They've been waiting. This is what they've been waiting for. I need to see guidance though. They hit everything they needed to hit and then some, plus the share buyback, plus the repurchase program. If you're doing repurchases and share buybacks, that means it means the guidance must be coming out good. I can't believe this right now. I mean, the United States America's net sales were 37.2 billion. European sales were 24.1 billion, and China was 16 billion. Japan and the rest of Asia net sales were $90 billion. That is amazing. Okay, so right now we're just going to wait. We got an earnings call coming up at 5 p.m. Let's see how the rest of the market is reacting to this. SPY's moving up. Very good. Q's moving up. Very good. Let's see how Microsoft is reacting to this news. Holding steady. Google. Steady. AMD. Okay, so yeah, but the indexes are responding very well to this. Amazing. Please.
MTZ, Mastech reported 88 cents.
Let's go.
The estimate was a loss of 44 cents.
Wow.
Revenue 3.1 billion.
Still going.
Company raising guidance.
All right, so let's see what the numbers look like. It's awesome. We're gonna play the upside now. It's almost like they knew, right? It's almost like, wait a minute, they pushed this up and they closed above the 50 day before earnings came out. Like somebody knows something. Funny. So what? So yeah, what I'm thinking again, they go get this 200-day moving average. We're trading at 185, 180.5s. Now, typically, I think, normally I always think like if it pushes up above the 50 and it gets near the 200, it's going to reject it the first time and not get above it. But if this thing blows up past the 200-day moving average and closes above it, it's nothing but upside. I mean, right now it's nothing but upside right now based on the earnings report. I mean, I'm talking about Apple could really next week start to run up. The market could just run up and start going back to test these all-time highs. That's how good of a beat this was.
UII, Puma Biotech.
180.76 is right now, folks. Wow. Yeah, I think we're crossing over the 200-day moving average for sure. It's going to be a new ball game tomorrow. All we need, so the things that for the bull run to restart and reignite, in my opinion, we needed this. We needed good guidance. We needed dovish Fed, which you got yesterday, and then all we need now is for these unemployment rate numbers to come in line or underneath, and it's game back on.
The estimate was 48 cents, so that is a beat for us, correct, Charlie?
Google had good earnings. They laid off some people. That's fine. Um, yeah, this is what we needed. So right now, I'm gonna wait for the earnings call at 5 o'clock and just kind of listen in to what they're talking about. These were overall good earnings. I wish they just would put guidance in here though. Raise their dividend and authorize an additional $110 billion repurchase. I mean, they might not have to put out anything else. I think that's enough. See how Coin is doing with this and Square. God, Coin is really. Let me look and see if I can find some more information on Coin because I don't know why it's trading like this. If they beat top and bottom, right? That was a good, and I mean, it was a really good beat.
STEM STEM reported a loss of 46 cents. The estimate was a
Yeah,
loss of 21 cents.
I'm not seeing anything in
Michael,
their notes report here that shows why they're trading down like this. So it all could be, just they're waiting to hear from the earnings call. It's kind of like what's going on there. But all in all, I mean, these have been good beats today, right? Coin, DraftKings, DraftKings still doing well. Gave good guidance on their stuff. Hit 45, right? They hit right above their 50-day. Everything's like right in the zone of their 50-day moving average, and pull back, and now it's just kind of like melting up. If there's anything you want me to look at, guys, you can put it in the chat. Anything you might have questions on, whatever. Like I can look up some equities and just give you my analysis on it. Again, if you're here and you like the commentary, I haven't done many of these. I've done like maybe 2 or 3. I'll probably do a lot more. I do like sometimes I do pre-market ones like before the market opens. That's it for my Discord users. Like I do pre-market ones, analysis a little bit light of that. But I might do more of that. If you like it, like and subscribe, please. That way I'll be doing more of these videos. If you do like it, really appreciate it. But yeah, Apple is DraftKings. Oh, you know what? Look at DraftKings, right? It's making the frying pan right here. I think it cup and handle frying pan formation actually right here. Yep, it made the cup and now it's making the handle. Bullish. And plus it had just great earnings, so I think this will go up and probably maybe test 64s over time. Awesome. Let's see who else we had today. Uh, yeah, Rocket had earnings. I think theirs were good too, but the volume in here is very low, right? That's why you get these little dot things because the volume is low. But they had really good earnings as well.
Apple hitting 180.78
Wow, Apple's almost at
at
200,
highs,
190. I mean,
following their better than expected report. Alfalfa Papa Lima.
yeah, I think this is going to run up to higher numbers overnight. We just need to hear, like I was saying earlier, we just need to hear from them in guidance. We need to hear about AI. They need to talk about their AI plans. I know they talk about making their own chips. We need to hear all of that information at the only earnings call today, and this thing will just skyrocket. I mean, it's already moving. We are now above. I think we've hit the mark. I think we did it. Yep, we're above the 200-day moving average. This thing just blew through two moving averages in one setting. That's wow. Okay, so where is this going to go? All right. We're at 182s. There is some resistance, some key resistance around 190s. 182.60s we're at right now. Yeah, I think we might go test 190s. If they come out with AI stuff, it may even go even higher. Like I said, it's going to be a very big move if they beat and had good earnings, because it's been running down for so long, and these investors, and have been waiting to buy this thing up. A reason to do it, right? Apple, this happened because Apple wasn't on the AI bandwagon. Apple wasn't even talking about AI till it got to this level right here, 164s. They said, okay, that's it. We're not doing anything with the Apple car anymore. We're done. We're going to focus on developing our own AI chips and getting into the AI boom and all those things like that. And that's what turned this thing around, right? And now we got great earnings, but we get that guidance information. They start talking that AI talk. I mean, you're talking this thing could probably run up here. We're already at 183s. We could run to 190s. Easy. Could run to 190s. I do tech, so just to know who I am, I do coaching and things like that. Not a financial advisor, but I do coach a lot of people. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'm doing it because I want to help people. There's other videos that are going to be coming out about stuff like bag holding, trading, support and resistance lines. What are they? How to do them? Because I want people to win. Like, I know it's hard out here, and I know people are struggling, and I know the economy's not in a good position and things like that. And I did it a long time ago because I wanted to be free, right? And so if you want freedom for you and yourself and your family, I mean, I'm all for helping people and giving you guys some insight into trading. It's not easy. You'll pay your taxes. I blew up an account before, right? Years ago. What did I think I was doing? Right? I didn't know the dynamics of the market. There's so much to learn, so much to do, but it's also very simplistic in nature. And that's the thing I think that makes a difference between you hear about 1% of people make it or 10% of people make it. But that 10% is millions of people who make it and do well in the market. You just have to know how to read it. You have to know how to be patient. And the biggest thing is risk management, right? And people say don't trade with your emotions, but that's crazy. Everybody has emotions. You just need to accept them for what they are, but don't allow them to dictate your trades and your investments, and then you'll win, right? That's how you have the probability of winning, by doing by sticking to those attributes. So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting out videos, stuff that I teach to people privately all the time, because maybe they'll help somebody, help me, right? Maybe it'll help somebody who is really struggling at this and really and wants to have another life or a better life, or be able to pay off some bills, or be able to have a future for their kids, right? If you can learn how to trade well, you can the sky's the limit of what you can achieve. So
earnings of $2.08 for COIN Edge.
this is why I know every indicator there is, but I only use this one, RSI mainly, and I definitely use my moving averages for sure, and I just draw lines, right? Price action, learn how to read price action, learn about what a candlestick is, learn about support and resistance lines, how to draw them. It's not a science, it's an art form. It's not. They don't have to be perfect. Like your friend or somebody else might have it at one. This might be at 179.22 or 179.25. It's not specifically technical, but it's still right. Right. It's in the area of the price action key levels. Right. So, and what that means. So anybody can do this, guys. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You just got to put the work in, and you got to be patient, and you got to get a lot of the screen time. Like a lot of this is really just watching, back testing, looking at old data. Like this is really this is all back test. This is history, right? Charting is really just history, and so history dictates probability, right? It's probable that, right, what I was saying here before this even happened. You know what? They close above the 50-day. If they have great earnings, it can push up and go test out this 200-day moving average. And it did that, and it crossed above it, right? So starting to consolidate up here, right? This is where we're at right now. Look how far above the 200-day moving average we are right now, right? Right here. So, but had I not taken the time to learn about these things that institutions use, or what these resistance lines are, or be able to look and back test over history areas that it hit in the past, right? So now that we have all-time highs up here and we have a pass to go mark up, like I marked here because there's a past history here, a price action at these levels, pivots at these levels, rejections at these levels, right? So these are my support target areas, resistance lines. And then you have your little intraday chart where you see how these things line up. I'm watching this. Now, we're above the 200-day now at 184 to 181. I think maybe we probably could pull back. Maybe bounce off of it. But if we close above it, that's all I'm asking for at this point. Because that is going to signal more upside tomorrow. But I will say there's probably some bag holders in here. There are people, I trust me, there are people who bought it like right here at 192, held it down to here, right? And then bought it and then said, okay, we bounced off the 200-day movement, we're going up, and we're buying it. And held it here again and said, well, we'll bounce. We bounced before. And they're holding these bags all the way down from all-time highs around 200 down here. So they've been happy about this. They're breaking above here. So you may get some selling or you may not, right? The selling I think to me is dependent on earnings that comes out at 5 o'clock today. On the earnings report of sending this even higher, right? But where do we go, right? Key levels, right? We're right here. I think we try to push up and touch this 190s area. And maybe we consolidate up in this area somewhere. That would be ideal, right? And then we can work on moving back up next week into, the rest of the remainder of the week. But like I said, we have a key factor tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be good in the unemployment rate. And then hopefully the guy just comes out at 5 o'clock, the earnings call, whatever, and they start talking to AI, that AI language I like, and we push back up and we keep going. Apple may have just single-handedly reignited a bull rally. And this will probably run right into November. I mean, look at it on an intraday chart. I mean, it's just, it wants to consolidate here because it wants to, now we're talking about waiting for 5 o'clock to come and then earnings, the earnings call, chop around. And if they hear key things they're talking about, especially AI, this thing is gone. It's running. Definitely going to test 190, hopefully 191s, maybe even go up to. If this thing goes to 200, I will be shocked. Wouldn't be surprised, but I'll be shocked. Because we're going to have a massive gap up tomorrow. And then push, maybe we push up over to 191s, 196s, and then be fine. So all the stuff we were talking about, the coin and Apple did very well. on earnings. Coin's not showing it. I don't know what's going on with it, but maybe we'll wait. We'll get some more details on this after 5. We got kind of like a triangle here pattern going on. So we'll see what happens in this box. In this triangle, we break out and go a different direction. But yeah, all in all the earnings reports were great. DraftKings was good. And they're showing it, right? Consolidation. They got an earnings call. SQ did good, right? That thing shot up from 69 all the way to, 10 points already. Now pull back to look at this. Look how key levels work. Right to the key level, right, area, and now we're pushing back up, right? Call this an ABCD move. You go A, B, right? It's A, this is B, this is C. D is going to be a breaking the high of that it created, right, up here. And then what else do we have today? Rocket, but the Rocket, volume's terrible after hours. But tomorrow I think we'll get some momentum on this because they did beat earnings. So we're looking at I'm looking at this 13.4s area tomorrow on Rocket. DraftKings, I'm targeting. Well, we'll go to Coin first. Coin, I'm targeting the retest of this here tomorrow sometime. This 243s level. Maybe it goes up overnight and test it. If it does get above 243, what are we talking about right now? So 233s. The thing that's really key on this is that it does move up above this 50-day moving average here at 233.34s. For some reason, it's trading underneath it. I don't know what's going on with it right now, but it needs to break this level right here at 234s. 232s, what are we talking about? 233s. Move this up a little bit.
Apple continuing higher now, 185.44.
Yeah. We need to break above this level right here. But I appreciate you tuning in. Like, please like and subscribe, and I'll be doing more stuff here. Definitely doing a lot of technical analysis on some of these equities. And macro, just giving you guys heads up on macro like I do for my Discord. So, but yeah, this is bullish. I'm bullish on the market now. I'm definitely bullish on the market. I think we're gonna get another run, a bull run. All right, I'm Hank, 64 Trading. I really appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate you.